Well, I'm going to head back up to this hill where I found the majority of these marbles and do some looking around, see if we can't find a few more. Go up and do some digging. Well, pulling out of here, I'm way out on a hill. I'm going to walk way down over a spot down in here and try to find some marbles. I'll get back down in there. It's overcast today. Be nice and cool. Deep dark forest. It's dark down in here today. Start to see the trash right over the lip of the hill. Look at it. I could dig right here. I found croc shards up in here. I think if I dig a shaft down in, it's just a place where the hill slipped and all the 1880s trash is mostly deep. See, there's old stuff here. It'd just be such hard work to get it. I'd have to dig a 10-foot shaft down in here and start to get to the 1880s stuff because there's so much 60s and 70s on top of it. The whole hill here, all of this is trash. But, you know, digging down into it's a different story. Well, right there where I was standing in that trash, I don't know, years ago on video, I found this Japanese soldier toy. Look how cool that is. With the rifle. Never seen another one since. I should go back there and do some more extensive digging. There's got to be more of them. And about the same time I found that Japanese figure, I found this, let me get him here, this bazooka guy. And look at him. Very weird, huh? Looks maybe early 70s, and you know, you saw the trash. There was Coke bottles and stuff in there with the foam covering on them and all kinds of trash up into the 70s, and there's toys into the 70s. Well, you can see all this trash. I didn't find a lot of marbles up here. I'm right off the road, and there's a lot of newer trash, but this is where I've raked around, and I haven't been here for several months. That looks like a street paver right there too. I'll have to look at that, see that brick. But set my stuff down for a reason. Can you see it? I see a find right here. I was getting ready to go down the hill. I always walk over there and down, and the best spots are down in there. But I got one. Maybe a marble king, I don't know. It looks like it's bigger too. You see it now? Right here. It's just been, oh man, that's nice. That's probably some kind of old vitro patch marble. Oh yeah, that's a beauty. Look how nice it is. Probably in a plastic bag. I'll have to look all around here. You see, this is clear up into the 70s, some of this stuff, but there's just trash everywhere. Man, that'd have been something if I'd flipped that over and there'd been marbles under that. There's a little sauce bottle with a lid on it. Looks like that's something off a toy or something. I found some pretty decent toys in here. Well, here's this one, beautiful condition. I'd say it's either a master marble company or some kind of vitro patch. They're kind of Christmas colored. Look nice in that frame. Started right in here pulling this down. This looks good back in here, but look here. There's a big cobalt blue bottle. It's kind of an odd one with that real wide lip. Probably take that. I'd give these away. There ain't no sense leaving them here. People will buy them. You get 20 or 30 in a box. That's a nice little chunk for an antique deal that can probably use them on. Almost need a hand rake for this. I'm gonna have to bring a saw. I bought a battery powered chainsaw I can carry in here and cut these bigger roots out, and I'll be able to find a bunch of marbles, probably, and toys. But look at this. Looks like Mary. It's a real nice porcelain like stuff. Shame that's broke. What I'm gonna do, I should have brought a saw, but I'm just basically, I've been painting and I need to find a place to look. So I'm just looking around today for a place to make videos. See, there's trash all up in there. But I need to get that root cut out, see.
Look at that big piece of porcelain right there. Yeah, that's kind of a cool little, it's probably a latch of some kind that just popped out of there. See the stuff, see I could find something metal back in here, like a hood ornament or something. That's just awesome. It's a good sign. One blue bottle laying up there, and look at this, I popped this one right out of there. That's a bromo with like this weird screw top. It's kind of nice, you know. See, there's a frosty old-fashioned there's a hobble skirt Coke. And see, look at that tub, wash tub. It's enamelware. This might be good back in here. Nothing, but stuff to look at, that's for sure. It's a little capper insert. There's a bottle right there. See it? Yeah, it's break. Shovel over there and you can bust the stuff out, but it's just better you dig it out, because you'll bust up the end of your shovel and you'll be going through them like nothing. Shovels are made for digging, not busting stuff out. See, there's a nice little, see that? It would have taken a lid. Take that. Wonder what this is. Never really seen that bottle before. Would have most likely taken a paper label. It's not that old. Maybe 50s, but it's odd. Thought I'd show you. See it on the edge. There's all kinds of there's just stacks of this glass, and it's got an aqua green tint to it. I could just make insane bone-handled knives out of this. It's perfect slab. Take some of that. I can make out of these pieces probably $500 worth of knives with blades made out of this napped in one afternoon. Done. Look at this. That's like a drinking glass, like a little juice glass, and look how thin that is, and that's glass. I'm taking that. But look at all the sheets of that. It's all green, like, and make beautiful blades. Ew. Yep, probably off an old wagon from about 1950. It's got a rubber tie. Well, it might be off a little toy tractor for a kid to ride. See, it's like a tractor tire. Look at the trash I'm starting to hit down in here. You know, if you can't, right there's, well, heck yeah. That is a little live. No way. That's a good find. That's a beautiful little lipstick with a kind of a dome top. See all this stuff right here? It's called compacts, lipsticks. I'm gonna put this little one I just found. Look at that nice turquoise and green patine on it. Got it cleaned up. Maybe right there, there's a little space. I'll show you. Well, that's right where I put it. Filled it out a little more. That's a lot of stuff, isn't it? All cosmetic related. Look at all the old compacts and stuff. Just tons of old different lipsticks. Well, that's an oddity. Look, socks. There's several pairs. Rarely see that. It's pretty sheltered back in here, but you see all the digging I've done. When I saw this, I thought it was a big cat eye, but see, it's a light bulb. But I finally got my first marble. You see what I had to do? I've just been sitting here raking. You see the marble? It looks nice. I'm in a little later trash. So looking at this, I'd say it's a Marble King, like Tiger or something. When I saw it, that's what I'd say it is. See it right there? Popped right out of that loose, rusty layer. That's what it is. It's like a wasp or a tiger. This is a pretty decent one. Let's check out the condition. Oh, it's nice. Oh, that's nicer than expected. Look at the blending. That's a Marble King. And a beauty. Look at the color. Holy crap, folks. Now this, I'd call this a wasp. Marble King wasp. It's beautiful.
kind of looks like a Bengal tiger, but with that purple in it. Probably a wasp. But that's a nice one. That's going to look good with those other Marble Kings in that frame, huh?
Yeah, I was ready to not paint today. It's starting to rain. But a little bit after the tiger, I saw this roll. It's a Marble King bumblebee for sure. Yep. Look there. Whoa. Don't want to do that. Luckily it didn't hit a piece of concrete. I've dropped marbles like that and busted them. Yeah, it needs cleaned a little bit, but that's a beauty. It's nice condition.
Well, here's this Marble King bumblebee. It's a little, the yellow's a little stained, see it, but it's still nice. It's going to look good.
Well, just a couple minutes later, the marbles are in that. I'll show you Russ layer right there. Here's another one. I saw it roll. It's just a solid color on. Like a solid color turquoise, but they're in nice condition. You know, these are probably mid to late 1960s marbles. That might be a Marble King solid color, might be a Vitro, something like that. But I'll bring a saw, cut this out, and maybe go up in this area. You know I've never dug here. This is never dug under this. That's grown into that tree, and I found all kinds of marbles down in there where my bag's at, all the way down that hill, so I know there's tons in here. That's why I came here to dig. You start getting in these age of Pepsis like this, and you start, say, these later ones like this with the ACL on the neck, you start seeing Vitro marbles, Marble King marbles, and then a few of the other like manufacturers like A-Locks and stuff like that. But I'm just now hitting the top of the treasure trove. Down in there, they must have hit. They're strung all the way over the hill. Up in, well, it would be, where's it at? Right up in here above me is where I found the hoard of Marble King cat-eye marbles. Filled 2 frames in like a day. I can go right up in there and put a hole and get back on them. I know there's more of them. I'll put one of them videos up at the end, and another marble dig I made right over in there, right around that hill, digging way down in, and found all these beautiful master marble companies right over there. I'll put it up on the right. It's unbelievable.
See what I mean? Look how nice these marbles. Just 4 marbles today makes all the difference. Look at that red and green one, and the wasp and the bumblebee. I found these other, see, there's other Marble King cat eyes and marbles in there, and other master marbles. Maybe that is a master. I'll see you.
Here, folks, somebody's back in the clothes basket again. The little baby. She's been running all morning with Amos the cat and the dog Bubby Express. And she comes in here and conks out. And purrs. Listen to her. We better get check on Squirrel Man, huh? Here, folks, it's still early. Squirrel Master's in here all conked out. You taking a nap, buddy? Taking a nap. What a good boy. Look here, he's wanting the armpit rubs. What a nice boy. Squirrel Man's conked out. Look at him. He's a good boy. This is my pet squirrel if you're just tuning in. You going back out? He's been out in the yard earlier, just running wild. Tell him you did about a squirrel mile out there running around. You're in here wet now. I'll see you, fakes.